Welcome to this video. You have been guided to this video, whether that's by the universe, by spirit, by your guides, by your ancestors, or even your higher self. I never actually thought about your higher self sending something like this to you, but it would make sense. Hello, my name is Michelle, and I have been a tarot/oracle card reader for almost 10 years. So I am excited to see if you stay around long enough for you to receive the message that is going to come through today for you. I do encourage that my viewers take only what resonates. Leave all the rest be for everybody else. The reason why I say this is because not everything I say may apply to you 100%, and that's okay. But you will get your message out of this as long as you take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Anyways, if you find that you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Also, subscribe if you like my vibe, and comment down below if it really does resonate with you. I would like to know, and I do comment and talk to you guys in the comments. So with that being said, let's get started. Today I wanted to go ahead and do a general read for whoever reaches this video. When it comes to receiving, like, what's your energy when it comes to receiving your manifestations? Whether that be money, whether that be relationships, whether that be job opportunities, it doesn't matter. But however this applies, like, let's see what happens. I'm super excited about this. All right, where is their energy aligned with receiving in the present moment? Where does their energy align with receiving in this very moment? 3, 2, and 1. All right. And what is challenging them, or what is their challenge or potential around receiving? That one. Okay. What do they need to focus on in order to receive? What do they need to focus on in order to receive? I'm just getting all the cards first because I'd rather get all the cards laid out. Okay. All right. What was their past like when it comes to the energy of receiving? That one. Ooh. Okay. What is their strength when it comes to receiving? What is their strength? Right here. Ooh. All right. And what will they receive? Because what is coming toward them? Ooh, I like that. What is the suggested approach to that? That one. Ooh, this is getting good. All right. And what do they need to know about receiving? What do they need to know about receiving? All right. And what is their hopes or fears around receiving? What is their hopes and fears around receiving? Ooh. Okay. And what is the outcome around receiving? What is the outcome they have toward receiving? Dude, okay. Cool. Thank you so much for bearing with me as I shuffled and got the answers for that. So when it comes to receiving, let's talk about your present energy when it comes to receiving. You definitely want to receive. That's the big thing, is you want to receive. And sometimes I feel like we don't always look at how much we already receive in the grand scheme of things. And I feel like gratitude is a big deal here. Because I feel like we don't pay much attention to the smaller things. The smaller things that we are manifesting into our life. Are we showing gratitude? Are we actually smiling? Are we actually going, thank you, universe, for what we are? And most likely you're probably stepping into that kind of like identifying the need to have gratitude for those things. And that's where you're presently at with it. Okay. What is your challenge with receiving? You got the Hanged Man representing your challenge or potential with receiving. Now, when it comes down to the Hanged Man, I think of two things. I think of the things that hold us back. I think about the things that hold us back, and I also think about the things that, like, this perspective. Right? Because when you're in one perspective on the ground, right? When you're on the ground and you're in the perspective, you're very close to the thing. But when you're hanging in suspense, hanging in suspense about receiving, the challenge is the perception of what you want and what you deserve. Because if you're in a place where you're like, I deserve this, that, and the third, right? You're going to receive what you think you deserve, which goes into that feeling of understanding that when you're open to receive, open yourself up to receiving better than you have before, because you've received other things like that. You unintentionally manifested other things that weren't so good. And so the focus here is to identify. You got the Eight of Swords here, and you see how she's tied up and she's blindfolded in the mirror. This is all the stuff that you may think that you deserve. Maybe you think you deserve stagnancy or feeling stuck. And so what you need to focus on is clearing out that mindset of I don't deserve this, or I deserve this. Because the type of person, all right, the type of person you look at in the mirror, right? And you're like, you are, like, for example, you are a pain. If you look in the mirror and you're like, you are a pain, this is what you're doing to yourself. You get what I'm saying? She's not necessarily tied up here, but she's tied up there. So what are you telling yourself? Focus on how you're talking to yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror. I know a lot of people have problems looking at themselves in the mirror, and maybe that's where you need to start, is look yourself in the mirror and say things that you know you'll believe, right? Obviously, if you're going to look in the mirror and go, I'm a millionaire, it's not going to work that way, right? Because maybe you don't have that right now, right? You don't have $1 million, right? So what's more believable? I'm a millionaire, or I deserve good health? I'm pretty sure the reasonable answer would be I deserve good health. So start with something that you can easily believe. You can easily believe that you deserve good health because you're already making that trek to it. You know what I mean? If you're already making your trek to making $50K a year, like, you deserve that raise, right? Then maybe you're like, I deserve $50K. And you just, like, it's not going to manifest unless you are, number one, open to receive it, and number two, are actually doing the work. Okay, where did you come from when it came to receiving? Your past, when it came to receiving, is this kind of victim mentality. This victim mentality around receiving. And it goes down to, I deserve to be hopeless. Because, like, the Five of Pentacles energy, anytime I look at the Five of Pentacles energy, I think of being abandoned. I think of being disappointed and locked out of, like, because a lot of it is depicted by being stuck outside in the freaking frosty cold. And in a way, she's probably on a porch and it's frosty cold, right? But what she's not seeing, and this is what I love about pointing this out on this card, see what she's not seeing when she's looking down is she's not seeing that the key is right there. The key is already there. You just got to pick up that key. You can go inside. You can have the things you want, but you have to look up. You have to look up. You have to get into that perspective of optimism. I mean, look at the difference between present and past. What's the difference? One is looking down, one is looking up and reaching out. And the cool thing about the present card is she's not looking to the past, she's looking to the future. That's another thing that I like about that card. Now, what is your strength around receiving? The ball is in your court. Because the Wheel of Fortune, the ball is in your court. This is your game. You choose. You choose what you deserve. You choose what you want. You can't control all factors. Obviously, you can't control all factors. But optimism, being optimistic, and doing the work, right, is going to be a part of your game. Because you don't, it's weird, I feel like I'm talking to people that play games. You can't win a game if you don't play. And you can't figure it out without making mistakes. But mistakes are only mistakes if you continue to make them. Learn from it. Turn the tables for yourself. Your strength when it comes to receiving is that you receive regardless. But you have a problem with receiving the good stuff that you're trying to manifest because you think you deserve the bad stuff. So change the mindset around what you deserve. Because you do deserve better. And maybe that's what you need to look in the mirror and say. I said, I do deserve good health. Maybe you have to say, I do deserve better than this. Or, we deserve better than this. And literally, it's weird that I want to bring this up because I've been, watching, podcasts with Mel Robbins. Maybe you need to give yourself a high five. In the mirror. We deserve better than this. And give yourself a high five. And do that every day. And do a little bit better every day. Not a lot of it. Do something that makes you feel better. A little bit. Doesn't have to be anything drastic. It can be something small, right? You look at yesterday and you see that you didn't do the dishes for 2 days, and then all of a sudden you get the urge to do the dishes. Do the dishes. Because that's at least a percent or something better than you did yesterday, right? Yeah, exactly. So, what is coming to you? What is coming to you? What are you about to receive? What you're about to receive, as far as the cards are concerned, what you're going to receive at some point in the near future is some form of collaboration. And this form of collaboration, I'm going to go into the next card as well. This form of collaboration is something that you planted not too long ago. So it feels like you planted the seeds for this journey. For this journey, whatever you're trying to receive has to do with collaboration of some sort. And you put the seed in the ground. Like, you're like, maybe, I'm going to give an example. In the past, you were probably like, I want to start a podcast, right? So that seed's right there. And so you started to put together the name of the podcast, what the podcast is about, maybe a list of people that you may want to talk to, and then maybe people you want to collaborate with. And then, look, the suggested approach is look at how much your manifestation has grown. Because you've been receiving little bits and pieces like puzzle pieces that are leading you to what you want, but you're not looking at that picture. You're not looking at those small bits necessarily. Like I said, with the tree and the woman grabbing on, I think you're just now starting to see the fruition of your work. Anyways, what do you need to know about receiving? What you need to know about receiving is when you're open to it, it flows in. It flows in when you are open to it, right? So when you open the door, I don't know why I'm being shown, like, I don't know if I'm talking to someone that's like a mom or something, but like all I saw was someone opening the door and a flock of kids coming in, and it's not just your kids, like it's a bunch of people coming in to like celebrate or do something. And so that's the thing, is like, think about it that way, is like a rush. It feels like a rush, but it's not a rush. Like, it's not a rush, but it feels like one. And it's delightful. Again, weird. The fact that I keep right, I heard delight yesterday, and now I'm saying delightful today. So it's interesting, to say the least. What is your hopes and fears when it comes to receiving? Your hopes and fears have to do with justice. The Justice card. Okay. The way they want me to look at this Justice card, this is you now. This is you back in the day when you were like 15, 16 years old. For this example, I don't know why they want to say 15, 16 years old, right? This Justice card is all about balance, okay? I feel like there's something to do with a hope that you don't disappoint your past self. And this is weird that I'm feeling this way, because not very many people think of their past self, right? Not very many people think about that. So for you to have like this hope, I feel like you have this hope and fear. It's a hope and a fear. The reason why it's a hope is you're hoping that you're not disappointing yourself. And then it's a fear because you're like, but what if I am disappointing myself? Or what if it's not coming out, right? What if it's not coming out the way I wanted it to? Well, there's that thing, is look at the difference between you now and you then. You then was in a dark place. You now, it's kind of sunshiny. It has a little bit of clouds. It's not that dark, but it's not that light either. And it's a balance. It's a balance either way you look at it, right? Look at that. So, what we can do is we can hope and be proud of yourself. Not only just hope. Like when it comes to receiving, be proud of any time you receive. Regardless of whether it's bad and self-sabotagey or good and freaking celebration and delightful. The reason why I want to talk about self-sabotage here as well is because That's a part of us that we need to work through. Is if we are self-sabotaging ourselves, why are we self-sabotaging? Maybe it's time for you to ask yourself, why am I attracting the things that I don't want? Why am I open to receive the things I don't want? Because the things you don't want are attracting to you because some part of you thinks you deserve it. So ask yourself, why do I think I deserve this? Like, maybe you're like, why do I think I deserve my cat? My cat being a butt. You know, things like that, just for example's sake. Now, here's the thing, though. Is it's a good thing that you have this hopes and fears kind of thing, because you can look at the hope rather than the fear. Because the outcome in the end of the game, 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Look, happy. Happiness. Happiness. Happiness, fulfillment, joy. Enjoying how life is. How life is through its junctures. See how this rainbow thing, right? This rainbow thing's not a straight line. It's a curvature. It's a curvature. It happens in a cycle. Cyclical. It's cyclical. Honor the cycles and be open to receive whatever that may bring to you. And see it in the juncture. See it in the juncture of anything you receive. Whether it's good, whether it's something you manifested that's good, whether it's something that you accidentally manifested because you're like, I deserve this. Think about the lesson it's trying to teach you. What is it trying to teach you? And when you learn why it's there, and you be glad, like, be grateful that you learned that lesson. But look, the outcome's fine. You're good. So, I hope you enjoyed that reading. I actually really enjoyed this reading. I know I was kind of up and down and all over the place, but that's how I do my readings. So, if you liked this, again, I just want to ask you, like, comment, and subscribe if you like my vibe, and I will see you next time. Much love. Take care of yourself.